Hello children, today let us learn the second chapter of your 4th standard science, Plants Living and Surviving. In the previous chapter you have learned how plants prepare their food and store their food. And in this chapter let us learn their living and surviving. Plants grow on mountain slopes, on ocean beds, in deserts and in river valleys. In fact, they grow almost everywhere. Plants differ each other depending on the surroundings where they grow. We have terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. The word terrestrial means living on land. The plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants are seen in hilly areas, in the plains, in hot and damp areas, in deserts and in marshy areas. In hilly areas where it is generally cold, the trees are tall and straight. These trees have needle-like leaves. Instead of flowers, they bear cones. The pine, fir and cedar are some such trees. Spruce trees are found in very cold places. In the plains, the trees have lots of branches and these trees can bear the heat. But they shed their leaves during winter. Teak, shisham, neem, peepal and sal are some such trees which grow in the plains. In hot and damp areas, the trees have lots of leaves but they do not shed their leaves during winter. Some plants that grow in these areas are coconut, rubber, ebony, mahogany, pepper and rosewood. In deserts, most of the plants grow without leaves. Cactus is one such plant. Some plants in deserts have spines instead of leaves. These spines will prevent the loss of water. And these plants prepare their food with their flesh and green stem which has chlorophyll in them. And this stem also stores water. In marshy areas, the soil is sticky and clayey. The plants that grow here are called mangroves. Their roots do not get air as the soil is covered with water. So the roots grow out of the soil and water to breathe. Such roots are called breathing roots. Next, aquatic plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. Some plants float on water while others grow completely underwater. Aquatic plants are three types: floating plants, fixed plants and underwater plants. Floating plants, these plants float because they are either light or small in size. Duckweed, water lettuce and water hyacinth are some such plants. These plants protect small water animals from the heat of the sun. Next, fixed plants. Some plants like lotus and water lily are fixed to the bed of the pond. The lotus stem is hollow and light which keeps the leaves and flowers afloat on water. This is also used to make tasty dishes. The leaves are broad and have stomata on upper side. These broad and floating leaves provide nesting place for some tiny birds. Underwater plants. Plants like tape grass, hydrilla and pondweed remain underwater. These plants have long ribbon-like narrow leaves which arise in clusters from the roots and do not have stomata at all. They breathe through their body surface. These plants clean the water by removing carbon dioxide breathed out by water animals like fish and turtles. This is why we use such plants in aquarium. Next is plants of the grass family. Plants of the grass family are useful to us in many ways. Cereal plants like wheat, rice, jowar, bajra and oats provide food for humans and fodder for animals. We get sugar from sugarcane plants. Bamboo plants are actually giant grass. Bamboo is used in making things like brooms, baskets, chairs, curtains, toys, mats and huts. Bamboo shoots have a high nutritional value and rich in vitamin C. In many parts of India, especially in northeast, these are used to prepare tasty dishes. Paper was first made by people of Egypt from grass called papyrus. From papyrus comes the word paper. Various kinds of grasses are now used to make different types of paper. The plants of the grass family are used in preparing medicines. Dried grass is used as packing material. The roots of the plants of the grass family help to bind the soil. Next, some unusual plants. We all know that some animals eat plants. But do you know that some plants eat insects? Yes, they are called as insectivorous plants. In Venus flytrap, the leaf is folded into two halves. When an insect sits on the leaf, the two halves close and the insect is trapped. The pitcher plant and the sundew are other examples of insectivorous plants. Rainforests. Rainforests are hot and wet forests that are found mostly near the equator. Most rainforests exist in parts of Asia, Africa, South America and in Australia. In rainforests, there are both tall and short trees with lots of climbers around. The ground is covered with leaves, ferns and fungi. The thick growth of leaves has an umbrella-like shape which creates dark areas underneath. A wide variety of animals found here. This is about your second chapter. Thank you.